Number of the pandemic, which is considered the most devastating in history, is known. I sent later the origin of this epidemic that did not understand borders or social class is still unknown. However, ulcer, body fatigue, and occasional vomiting were the symptoms of the disease. Most people with this during the pandemic succumbed to secondary bacterial pneumonia. Its antibiotics were not available. It was also 1980 when people caught the virus of a disease that everyone ended up calling Spanish flu, and which went down in history as the worst pandemic of the 20th century after having some 50 million deaths. To observe so many deaths at that time, it gives a great value to life and the fact of taking care of us from deadly diseases. The origin of the infection is a variant of the H1N1 strain 7, with genetic material from an avian strain to one strain. Egg and jumped between species from pig to humans 9, and then allowed human to human transmission. I remember I was 6 years old when I caught the disease. I was quarantined in a room. I lived with my mother, father, two brothers, and three other family members. They all wore masks and never entered the room, Sardo. It is believed that in each situation it is essential to control social alarm by providing adequate, balanced, and measured information in order to avoid a rational. The Black Death was the most devastating plague pandemic in human history, according to contemporary knowledge. The pandemic first broke out in Asia and then reached Europe through trade routes. Introduced by seafarers, the social consequence of Black Death reached far and wide. I was 4 years old when I was sick. Next door, one of my classmates in kindergarten also got sick. We called the doctor and he offered us an injection. The only hope that we could be saved. My parents accepted both our October did not. The next morning I woke up with a slight improvement, but the other child had died. At last this is the story. Throughout history, there have been few occasional more conducive to reflection on mortality itself than pandemics. Of these, the Black Death has been the most devastating. It still pervades the image of the dark age that many people have of the Middle Ages. Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a recently discovered coronavirus. Most people infected with COVID-19 have mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without special treatment. Older people and those with underlying medical conditions, so are cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, or cancer, and more likely to develop severe disease. I am 26 years old. I arrived from Spain on Tuesday, March 5 with a very sore throat and nasal congestion. Initially, I thought it was just a flu because Madrid had been kid cold. This is the first and I will think the most common mistake anyone can make, believing that these things don't happen to you. To awaken to a human reality in which race, economic condition, and social status so no matter. Do you understand that we are equal in any situation?